So you are mad at me for waking you up at 5 in the morning again. I can see it in your face when you finally drag yourself out of bed. You are grumpy, you are tired, you are muttering about how you should have gotten a goldfish instead. And honestly, I get it. But before you judge me, let me explain what is actually going on from my perspective. Because I promise there is logic behind this. Cat logic, but still logic. Today, I'm going to defend myself and explain exactly why I wake you up at what you consider an unreasonable hour. And by the end, you might not love it, but at least you'll understand. So let's break down my reasoning. Reason number 1. I'm hungry, and you train me to expect food at this time. Look, I know you think I'm being manipulative, but here's the thing. You created this schedule. You fed me at 6 a.m. one time because you woke up early for work, and my brain went, oh, so this is breakfast time now. Got it? Locked in. Cats are creatures of habit. Once you establish a pattern, we expect you to maintain it. Yes, I know you fed me before bed. I was there. But that was 8 hours ago, and my stomach is on a schedule now. I'm not starving, but I am ready for breakfast because my internal clock says it's breakfast time. And when it's breakfast time, the appropriate thing to do is notify you loudly and persistently. You could have avoided this by getting an automatic feeder, but you didn't. So here we are. This is actually your fault when you think about it. Reason number 2. I have been asleep for 12 hours and I'm ready to start my day. I know you think I sleep all the time, and you're not wrong. I do sleep about 16 to 18 hours a day. But here's what you do understand. I did most of that sleeping while you were awake. I napped all afternoon while you were working. I dozed on the couch while you watched TV. I slept on your bed while you ate dinner. So by the time you went to sleep at 11 p.m., I'd already gotten most of my sleep for the day. When you're waking up at 5 a.m. feeling exhausted because you only got 6 hours of sleep, I'm waking up feeling fantastic because I got a solid 12-hour block of rest. I'm recharged. I'm energized. I'm ready to investigate things and play and patrol my territory. And here's the other thing. I'm crepuscular. That's a fancy word that means I'm naturally most active at dawn and dusk. It's built into my biology. My wild ancestors hunted at these times because that's when prey was most active. So, being awake and alert at 5 a.m. isn't me being difficult, it's me being a cat. I'm literally just following my evolutionary programming. Reason number 3. You're my favorite person and I missed you. Okay, this one's going to sound sweet, but stay with me. You were asleep for 8 hours. That's 8 hours where you weren't petting me or talking to me or paying attention to me. 8 hours where you were just lying there unconscious and completely useless to me. And I'm sorry, but that's a long time. I know you think I'm independent and aloof, and most of the time I maintain that image because I have a reputation to uphold. But the truth is, I actually like you. You're my person. You're my source of food and warmth and entertainment. And when you're asleep, you're not providing any of those things. So when I wake you up at 5 a.m., part of it is just me saying, hey, I want to spend time with you. I want interaction. Is it selfish? Yes, absolutely. But it's also kind of sweet. I could be bothering anyone in the house, but I chose you. You should feel honored, even if the timing is inconvenient. Reason number 4. I'm bored, and that's actually your fault. If I'm waking you up at 5 a.m. being loud, knocking things off your nightstand, attacking your feet under the covers, there's a good chance I'm understimulated. Maybe you didn't play with me enough yesterday. Maybe I didn't get enough mental enrichment. Maybe my environment is boring and I've already investigated every corner of this house 17 times. Cats need stimulation. We need play. We need hunting simulation. We need things to climb and scratch and explore. If you're not providing that during the day, then I'm going to have pent-up energy that has to go somewhere. And that somewhere is your bedroom at 5 a.m. This is actually solvable. If you play with me for 15 or 20 minutes before bed, and really tire me out with a good hunting-style play session, I'm way more likely to sleep through the early morning. But if you just expect me to entertain myself all day and then sleep quietly all night, that's not how cat biology works. Reason number 5. You created this behavior and now you're stuck with it. Here's a hard truth. Every time I woke you up at 5 a.m. and you eventually got up and fed me or played with me or gave me attention, You trained me that waking you up works. I learned that if I meow loud enough, if I'm persistent enough, if I knock enough things off the dresser, you will eventually respond. And that response reinforces the behavior. Even negative attention is attention. Even if you're yelling at me to stop, you're still acknowledging my existence. So, from my perspective, the strategy is working. Mission accomplished. And I will definitely do this again tomorrow. If you want me to stop, you have to stop responding. You have to completely ignore me no matter how annoying I'm being. But that requires consistency and willpower, and most humans crack after about 15 minutes of persistent meowing. So really, this is a you problem more than a me problem. So here's my compromise. Here's how we both get what we want. Get an automatic feeder that dispenses food at 5 a.m. That way I get fed on schedule and you don't have to wake up. Play with me for 20 minutes before bed so I'm tired. That way I'm more likely to sleep in. Give me enrichment during the day. Puzzle feeders, window perches, rotating toys. Keep things interesting for me. Make sure my litter box is clean before bed. Because if it's not, I'm going to wake you up about it. And most importantly, don't respond when I try to wake you up. Break the reinforcement cycle. I'm willing to meet you halfway here, but you have to do your part. I am not going to suddenly become a cat who sleeps until 9 a.m. because that's not realistic. But I can probably push it to 6 or 7 if you help me out. Look, I know waking you up at 5 a.m. is annoying. I'm not completely oblivious to your suffering. I can see that you're tired and grumpy. But from my perspective, I'm being perfectly reasonable. I'm following my biology, my schedule, my instincts. I'm a cat doing cat things at cat times. You chose to share your home with a crepuscular predator with different sleep patterns than yours. This is part of the package. You don't get to just pick the cute parts of having a cat and ignore the inconvenient parts. But here is the thing. Even though I wake you up at ungodly hours and you stumble around half asleep muttering about how cats are terrible, you still love me, you still pet me. You still take care of me. And I appreciate that even if I don't show it in conventional ways. Because let's be honest, if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't bother waking you up. So the next time I wake you up at 5 a.m., just remember, it's not personal. It's not malicious. It's just me being a cat. And if you follow those compromise suggestions, the automatic feeder, the evening play sessions, the enrichment, the ignoring me things will probably get better. Or at least slightly more tolerable. Now I want to hear from you. What time does your cat wake you up? How do they do it? Have you found any solutions that actually work? Drop a comment below and let's compare notes on this universal cat owner struggle. And if you want to understand more about why I do the weird things I do, watch this video next where I explain why I run around like a maniac after using the litter box. Yes, the post-poop zoomies are real, and yes, there's actual science behind it. I'm not just being chaotic for no reason. See you there.